Happy Monday, everybody. My name is Brandon Rose, and welcome to episode 263 of the Xbox in 10 podcast. Your weekly source of Xbox gaming news covered in normally around 10 minutes, but this is the big E3 quote-unquote spectacular Xbox showcase episode of the year. Every Monday, this podcast covers new game releases, the previous week's gaming news, and we all learn an Xbox-related fun fact together. This show is on YouTube and podcast services around the world, so please subscribe in your favorite and leave a review. Xboxin10.com, no numbers, is your quick source for links to all of our podcast destinations, and social media profiles which you can follow at Xboxin10. So let me be upfront at the start of the show. I'm recording the episode as normal right before the Xbox showcase, and then I'm going to record a pickup that's going to go at the front of this episode, right after I speak about the games coming out this week. So there might be some changes there, we'll fill it in next week, but I need to record most of the show before the showcase, so that as soon as the showcase ends, I can record everything that we're going to learn at the show, so it can be published in the Monday episode, and then I can immediately get to my raid team so we can take down the Witness once and for all. So to start, let's talk game releases. The big game out last week was Destiny 2: The Final Shape. The games coming out this week include Backpack Hero, City Driver, Sunrise GP, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, Depersonalization, Hidden Cats in Paris, Prison of Illusion, Lost Chico 2, Roxy Raccoon's Pinball Panic, Dead Station 2, Detective Minerva Case, Willy's Wonderland the Game, Astronaut Academy, Magical Drop 6, and Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. Before the showcase, new games were announced as available now and are coming soon to Game Pass, and they included the following, and I'm sure we're going to learn a lot more at the showcase. You can now play Octopath Traveler 1 and 2 on Cloud Console and PC. And then on June 12th, Depersonalization on PC. June 13th, Izanzo on Cloud Console and PC, as well as the Callisto Protocol on Cloud Console and PC. Then June 18th, Still Wakes the Deep, Cloud PC and Xbox Series X and S. Now to last week's biggest news stories before the showcase, and we're going to do 3 before we go into everything shown at the big event. So number 1, Microsoft reportedly working on Halo Combat Evolved Remaster, considering PlayStation 5 release. Taylor Lyles at IGN writes, Microsoft is reportedly working on a remaster of Halo Combat Evolved, and there are suggestions that it may come to PS5 in addition to Xbox. In a new report by The Verge, Tom Warren writes in his Notepad newsletter that Halo is one game being considered for release on Sony's console. Warren notes that it is in early days of development, so it is very unlikely that Microsoft will announce this project during the Sunday's Xbox Game Showcase. Halo Combat Evolved was developed by Bungie and initially released in 2001 and is a launch game for the original Xbox gaming system. The project was the first in what would become one of Microsoft's flagship first-party IPs that has seen at least one game released on Xbox platform since the console's release over 20 years ago. This is intriguing, and this is going to be the talk of the showcase, and I'm really interested in Ryan McCaffrey's interview with Phil Spencer after the show, because remember, in 2011, Microsoft did publish the Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, which was a remake of the game. So are they really just going to remaster the remake? I mean, the game looks and plays incredibly well on the Master Chief Collection. Is this a ploy to slowly start releasing all the Halo games on Sony and PlayStation? I mean, I do think it's incredibly smart, and this is the discussion we're going to continue to have on this podcast. If it's the right move, if you're an Xbox gamer, honestly, put the games everywhere if that means Xbox gets to stay around and makes enough money to continue to support Game Pass for me, because that is, to me, still the best value in gaming. I could see them doing something that they did like on Steam with the Master Chief Collection, where they went chronologically and slowly put games out at a time, giving players the time to play through each game. Do I think we're going to see this or hear about it at the showcase? Absolutely not, but I guess you'll know more by the end of this episode. Number 2, Valorant is coming to Xbox Series X and S with a console limited beta kicking off soon. Heidi Nicholas at True Achievements writes, one big announcement from Summer Game Fest 2024 is that Valorant is coming to Xbox Series X and S with a console limited beta scheduled to begin on June 14th. A console limited beta will begin on June 14th, but we are holding a limited beta to make sure Valorant is console ready, and we won't close the doors until we're confident that our servers and code are fully locked and loaded, end quote, Riot Games says. You can sign up for the beta with invitations going out on June 14th, but the devs emphasize that signing up doesn't mean that you'll definitely get an invitation. So I know this is a big one. This is not a game for me. Not really a fan of League of Legends, as I've never tried it as well, or really Riot Games in general, but this is cool. I mean, this is a huge PC game, and if you're part of Game Pass, you're also going to get all current agents in Valorant, access to all future agents upon release, and 20% match XP boost for the Battle Pass, Event Pass, and agent contract progress. So Xbox fans are winning with this on their console. Number 3, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League support reportedly scaled back at Rocksteady following disastrous launch. Wesley Impool at IGN writes, What now for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League? The live service shooter flopped for the tune of $200 million upon its launch earlier this year, and ever since players have wondered just how long support would last. Following a Bloomberg report into the development of the game, the author of that report, Jason Schreier, has tweeted to say that Rocksteady is now providing some bare-bones support, definitely not as much as they originally planned. That's a worry for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League's small but loyal fan base, which is made up of fans who continue to play the game despite its failings. And it calls into question how long publisher Warner Bros. Will have Rocksteady devote resources to the game. According to Bloomberg, staff of the studio are currently working on a director's cut of the phenomenally successful Hogwarts Legacy, while leadership pitches a return to single player following the live service misstep. Warner Bros. Has so far failed to respond to IGN's request for comment. If you would have told me this would have been the case 10 years ago, I would have told you were insane. That Rocksteady would then be scaled back to work on a director's cut of Avalanche's Hogwarts Legacy? No one saw this coming. That would be like Naughty Dog at Sony, instead of working on the next Last of Us or their next new IP, going back to work on Spider-Man DLC or support. I mean, it's really something crazy. So I'm at least optimistic, I guess, as it sounds like they're not going to be shutting down the studio, but we really don't know. Hopefully they get to pitch their single player return, and hopefully it's something that comes out in a few years. It cannot be as long as we waited for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. And if you want to learn more, go look at Jason Schreier's report on the development of the game. It is not a great story. The big Xbox Game Showcase 2024 recap. Let's go. Credit to Jarrett West over on Xbox Wire. The Xbox Game Showcase 2024 showed players everywhere that they have a ton of games to look forward to. Fans of Activision, Blizzard, Bethesda, Xbox Game Studios, or the countless partners building for Xbox were treated to a peek of what's coming for their favorite franchises and new games alike. Players can look forward to incredible returns to beloved series with Gears of War E-Day and Doom the Dark Ages, fresh looks at the likes of State of Decay 3, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Perfect Dark and South of Midnight, a reveal for Starfield Shattered Space, and much more. The show even extended to Azeroth with a release date reveal of The War Within, the next expansion for World of Warcraft. And from our partners, there was a world-first look at gameplay from Assassin's Creed Shadows, an introduction to your future party members in the greatly anticipated Dragon Age The Veilguard, an exciting look at the return of Big Boss and Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, not to mention some incredible debuts with the likes of Claire Obscure, Expedition 33, Adamfall, and Winter Burrow, amongst many others. Plus, we brought you a first reveal of new Xbox hardware with the announcement of 3 new Xbox Series X and S console options joining our current lineup this holiday, featuring the same speed and performance with more design, storage, and price options to fit your needs. And on top of all of that, we also brought the gameplay reveal of a brand new Call of Duty game with Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and we're following it up with Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Direct, offering you an enormous deep dive into the game. If you can't tune in live, make sure to check out back for a full rundown of what was announced in the second part of our enormous double feature. So let's begin. Age of Mythology Retold, World's Edge presents its first ever gameplay trailer. World's Edge, the award-winning studio behind the Age of Empires franchise, showcased a trailer of truly mythical proportions, with a first look at gameplay from the upcoming Age of Mythology Retold. Age of Mythology Retold will combine the best elements of the beloved Age of Mythology 2002 with modern real-time strategy design, visuals, and gameplay. The newly premiered trailer at Xbox Showcase 2024 revealed the first gameplay footage showing off exciting action and divine powers, as well as some newly designed deity portraits. The World's Edge team also confirmed the launch date of Age of Mythology Retold, September 4th, 2024, and that this will be the first title in the Age of Empires franchise to ship on both PC and console at launch. Avowed offers a new look at its captivating story. This year, brace yourself for an expedition into the uncharted wilds of the Living Lands and Obsidian Entertainment's Avowed. In a brand new story trailer, we learned more about the incredible journey we'll be taking later this year, and met Gieta, one of the game's 4 companions. As an envoy of the Adrian Empire, you're tasked with stopping the Dream Scourge, a mysterious blight wreaking havoc on the tumultuous frontier. Your soul hangs in the balance as you navigate the chaos of the Living Lands and embrace its wonders. Prepare for an expedition into the perilous, captivating, and utterly bizarre unknown, where you will forge your destiny and shape the fate of the frontier. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Direct reveals campaign, multiplayer, and zombie details. It's official, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, the latest addition to the popular Call of Duty franchise, is set to arrive on October 25th. Developed by Treyarch and Raven Software, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is a spy action thriller where nothing is what it seems. In this mind-bending narrative set in the early 1990s, a shadowy force has infiltrated the US government, and players will be forced to go rogue for the first time. In addition to a compelling new campaign, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 features new innovations like Omni Movement, giving players the ability to sprint, slide, and dive in any direction, and move like a Black Ops action hero across all game modes. Including the return of classic prestige, theater mode, and of course round-based zombies, there's something for everyone. Doom: The Dark Ages comes to Xbox in 2025. Revealed worldwide today, Doom: The Dark Ages heralds the return of the unstoppable Doom Slayer in the upcoming single-player dark fantasy action FPS from the legendary id Software. The prequel to Doom 2016, Doom: The Dark Ages puts players behind the visor of the mighty Slayer as they battle demonic hordes in grounded, hard-hitting combat inside an epic cinematic tale of gods, kings, and monsters. Supplementing his superhuman skills and over-the-top arsenal, the Slayer will call upon his colossal Atlan mech to brawl with titanic beasts and retake the skies aboard his ferocious steed, a jet-fueled cybernetic war dragon. Playground Games asks, what does it mean to be a hero in the next installment of its Fable trailer series? What does it mean to be a hero? In last year's trailer, that question was answered by Dave, a gardener turned giant, with a chip on his shoulder. This year we got a much darker take from Humphrey, played by the British comedy actor Matt King. Humphrey was once Albion's greatest hero, but those glory days are long gone. In Fable, Humphrey will be forced out of retirement when a mysterious figure from his past threatens the very existence of Albion. Playground Games also confirmed its collaboration with Eidos Montreal, who will be supporting the ongoing development of Fable, which will be coming to players in 2025. E-Day marks a new dawn for Gears of War. Gears of War E-Day is the next mainline game in the Gears of War universe. Set during the pivotal Emergence Day, 14 years before Gears of War, war heroes Marcus Phoenix and Dom Santiago return home to face a new nightmare, the Locust Horde. These subterranean monsters, grotesque and relentless, erupt from below, laying siege on humanity itself. In the announced trailer for the series' next major installment, the Coalition has teamed up with Blur Studio to forge a visually stunning trailer using in-game assets in Unreal Engine 5. It features a new instrumental version of Mad World, originally performed by Gary Jules for the iconic 2006 commercial, now brilliantly reimagined by the game's composer Adam Lastawaka. The trailer made its debut in 4K resolution at 30 FPS with 5.1 stereo sound. The specs optimized for streaming do not represent the final game's performance. New trailer for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Become the famous archaeologist and face off against sinister forces as you fight to uncover the truth behind one of the history's greatest mysteries in Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Brand new gameplay and a scene from a pivotal moment in the game were debuted during the Xbox showcase. An intercepted message sends Indy and Gina to the Himalayas, where their treacherous trek through the mountains leads them to a startling discovery. Take to the skies on November 19th with the all-new Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is the next installment in the Microsoft Flight Simulator franchise. It is the most ambitious consumer flight simulator ever undertaken. It features the largest, most diverse, and detailed fleet of aircraft, the most complete representation of airports and air traffic, and the most visually stunning rendition of Earth ever created. This brand new simulator is designed to take advantage of the latest technologies in simulation, cloud, machine learning, graphics, and gaming. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 goes beyond merely operating the aircraft. It allows simmers to pursue their dream of an aviation career. With features like aerial firefighting, search and rescue, commercial flights, remote cargo ops, VIP charter service, air racing, and more, simmers will not only be experiencing the joy of flight, but also dive into the pilot career they always dreamed of. The sky is calling. Microsoft Flight Simulator takes off on PC and Series X and S on November 19th. Perfect Dark unveils first look at gameplay in new trailer. Today we got a first look at gameplay from Perfect Dark, the initiative's highly anticipated reboot of the Secret Agent series featuring the iconic Joanna Dark. In the near future, Earth is struck by a series of global disasters, bringing ecosystems around the world to the verge of collapse. In the all-new Perfect Dark game, you experience the journey of Joanna Dark, Date-Dine's elite agent as she hunts down the world's most wanted criminal, Daniel Carrington, to uncover the mysteries behind the technological breakthroughs that could threaten the lives of millions of people. The new trailer showed us Joanna's descent into the game's Cairo setting, offered us a glimpse at the mysteries behind the near-future ecological sci-fi story, and introduced us to a game that blends fluid traversal, gadgets, close-quarters combat, gunplay, stealth, and more to create the ultimate secret agent experience. South of Midnight shows off first gameplay and the monstrous two-toed Tom. South of Midnight, the beautiful third-person action-adventure game from We Happy Few creators Compulsion Games, showed off its first gameplay trailer during the show, ahead of its launch in 2025. We meet Hazel and her newly revealed companion Catfish as they travel through a flooded area inspired by the Mississippi Delta, and quickly find themselves facing down one of the game's monster kings. Meet Two-Toed Tom, a gigantic albino alligator with a powerful hunger and even his own theme song. The trailer offers a look at combat and traversal, showing off Hazel's magical weaving powers, and gives us a taste of the game's darkly gorgeous Deep South setting. Open world zombie survival game State of Decay 3 unveils a new trailer. Today at Xbox Game Showcase, Undead Labs revealed a new trailer for State of Decay 3, giving us a closer look at the ambitious open-world zombie survival game. This follow-up to a fan-favorite State of Decay 2 represents a huge leap forward for the series and the studio. In State of Decay 3, the game's world is now yours into the apocalypse, with an evolving zombie threat taking over the landscape. You must fight back and reclaim lost ground, carving out a life-free community of survivalist homesteaders. Fans of the series might pick up on nods to some franchise staples in the new trailer: brutal combat, cooperatively battling back threats to the survivor group, permadeath, opening a car door on a zombie while speeding down the road. But the more you watch it, the more you can see hints at how State of Decay 3 will be the most ambitious game Undead Labs has ever envisioned. World premieres and new games from our partners. Assassin's Creed Shadows' first gameplay glimpse revealed. Assassin's Creed Shadows launches on November 15th for the Series X and S, giving players a chance to explore 16th century Japan as Naui, an adept shinobi from the province of Iga, and Yasuki, a powerful samurai and Assassin's Creed's first playable historical figure. Today's gameplay trailer gave fans their first glimpse at what's new in Assassin's Creed Shadows. We saw how the two protagonists, Yasuki and Naui, will differ and complement one another in equipment and abilities, as well as the game's wider world and Shadow's changing seasons. Survive, explore, and uncover the truth in Atomfall. Set in the rolling British countryside with idyllic pubs, quaint villages, and red phone boxes, it soon becomes clear that things are far from normal. Created by Rebellion, the makers of the much-loved Sniper Elite and Zombie Army franchises, Atomfall is inspired by a real-world nuclear disaster that occurred in northern England in 1957. The game follows a fictional storyline where you find yourself in the quarantine zone 5 years after the event. Explore the countryside, villages, and settlements, and meet old people, wicked cults, rogue government agencies, and others along the way. Explore this open-world adventure and seek out the truth at your own pace. A single-player survival action game, Atomfall blends post-war Britain with Cold War paranoia, folk horror, and elements of classic British sci-fi to create an immersive and thrilling gameplay experience. Atomfall will launch in 2025 and coming to Game Pass on day 1. Prepare to fight for your life in Sandfall Interactive's Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is an upcoming reactive turn-based RPG that will transport you to a beautiful, surrealist new world inspired by France's La Belle Epoque, a period famous for its stunning and lavish contributions to the country's world-renowned culture of art. As a member of the Expeditioners who are embarking on an impossible quest to end the painterous cycle of death, you'll journey through a vast and beautiful fantasy world where you'll battle deadly adversaries, befriend fabled creatures, and discover traces of those who came before. Dragon Age: The Veilguard. Meet the Veilguard for the first time in a new trailer. BioWare and Electronic Arts revealed a new trailer for Dragon Age: The Veilguard, where we meet your team of 7 companions, each with their own rich story to discover and shape. Together, you will become the Veilguard. Expanding upon the Dragon Age story's worlds and characters from previous games, players will enter a vibrant land of rugged wilderness, treacherous labyrinths, and glittering cities, steeped in conflict and secret magics. Together with your companions, you will challenge a pair of corrupt, ancient gods who have broken free from centuries of darkness and are hell-bent on destroying the world. Thaddeus needs someone who they can count on, and the person is you. Rise as Rook, Dragon Age's newest hero. Souls Light: Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn arrives with a bang on July 18th. The long-awaited return from Ashen developer A44 is almost here. During the show, we announced that Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn will arrive on July 18th. Set in the beleaguered world of Cayenne, you'll guide Nor Vanek, a flintlock weapons expert on a quest to kill the rampaging gods that have invaded her world. Blending classic Souls mechanics with a brutal, fast-paced combat system, Nor can use a combination of axe combat, flintlock weaponry, and magic, creating devastating combos, but you'll need to skill to survive. Fragpunk explodes into the show. Looking for a new competitive FPS? Fragpunk is a frenetic, squad-based 5v5 hero shooter where you set the rules of engagement for every round by activating power-up cards. With its debut at Xbox Game Showcase 2024, Fragpunk rocks the hero shooter genre with fast-paced combat and a plethora of synergies and counterplays between over 70 shard cards, 10 heroes, 14 weapons, and 4 maps. Life is Strange Double Exposure brings back our original star. Life is Strange Double Exposure isn't just a return for the beloved narrative adventure series, but a return for its original star Max Caulfield. Several years after we got at her through Arcadia Bay, Double Exposure sees Max return later in her life, now an artist in residence at the prestigious Caledon University. Unfortunately, Calamity is never far away. Max's friend Safi is killed and will be plunged into a full-on murder mystery with a supernatural twist. Max's original power to rewind time has been morphed into the ability to entirely shift timelines. He will be exploring 2 parallel realities, one where Safi is safe and well, and the other in the wake of her death, in order to discover the identity of her killer. Life is Strange Double Exposure arrives on October 29th. Mecha Break revealed, create your mech and take it to war together. Mecha Break is a multiplayer mech-based shooter that allows players to choose from a variety of mechs, customize their appearances, and battle colossal war machines on treacherous terrain. Prepare for adrenaline-bumping battles, lightning-fast maneuvers, and explosive firepower. Mecha Break's Xbox closed beta will be coming to Series X and S in August 2024, and will be available to all players in 2025. Mecha Break features customizable mechs, players-created mechs pilots, and a wide array of mech and weapon types, and 3 distinct game modes: a 6v6 battlefield mode, 3v3 arena mode, and up to 60-player PvEVP mode to put players in the pilot seat and create the ultimate mech showdown experience. Discover an array of attacker, brawler, defender, sniper, and support mechs, each with unique playstyles and toolsets. Players can personalize each mech with custom full body paint jobs and upgrade attachments, enhancing their stats to suit their chosen playstyle. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater shows its new take on a classic. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater creates a deeply immersive world with enhanced visuals and sounds, using the full potential of Unreal Engine 5 while keeping legacy controls and voice lines from the original title intact. A new third-person camera and control layout offers players an intuitive introduction to the beginning of the Metal Gear Solid saga as they step into the boots of Snake in a high-stakes espionage thriller. Mixtape Nothing But the Hits, coming 2025. From Beethoven and Dinosaur, award-winning developers of The Artful Escape, comes Mixtape. On their last night of high school, 3 friends embark on one more adventure together. En route to their final party together, a perfectly curated playlist draws them into a dreamlike reenactments of their formative memories together. Immerse yourself in the teenage wasteland, playing through a variety of narrative vignettes exploring the pivotal moments that shaped them. The story is delivered through a mixtape of comedic, joyful gameplay from skateboarding and flying to taking photos after hours at an abandoned theme park and much more. It's the greatest hits of teenage friendship from the first kiss to the last dance. Similar to games like What Remains of Edith Finch, Mixtape ties its narrative to a unique, vignette-driven structure that emphasizes variety, surprise, and comedy in its gameplay. Featuring music from Devo, Roxy Music, Lush, The Smashing Pumpkins, Iggy Pop, Sui, and the Banshees, Joy Division, and more, Mixtape effectively blends gameplay, narrative, and music. Stalker 2 Hearts of Chernobyl reveals the Time of Opportunities trailer. The new trailer for Stalker 2 Hearts of Chernobyl is here, packed with brand new reveals. This trailer showcases the array of experiences awaiting players, from locations to encounters with mutants and acnomalities, and hubs, places to have some well-deserved rest and prepare your body and gear for the next intense mission. In-game footage is mixed with narrative snippets, highlighting the prominence of the non-linear storyline in Stalker 2 Hearts of Chernobyl. The Time of Opportunities trailer is aptly named, reflecting the boundless potential that awaits with this unforgiving landscape. How will you see the zone, and how should we remember you? This time you'll hear much more of the Ukrainian voiceover. Being a Ukrainian company, GSE Game World knows what many fans are eager to experience the game in Ukrainian with subtitles of their choice. The trailer is aimed to provide a better understanding of what the experience will feel like. The Time of Opportunity trailer kicks off a series of Stalker 2 showcases and more throughout the summer. Winter Burrow is a cozy survival experience inspired by a love of nature. Build your dream burrow and explore a charming, snow-coated open world in Winter Burrow, a cozy woodland survival game. As a tiny mouse, spend your days adventuring through brisk environments as you search for your lost auntie and collect up resources to restore your childhood burrow. Winter Burrow merges cozy game elements with challenging yet approachable survival mechanics. Spend time in your burrow crafting cute decorations to make your surroundings feel homely, knit cozy clothing to stay warm in the cold weather, and make sure you're prepared for those big days of foraging in the forests. Wuchang Fallen Feathers revealed, a journey into the darkness of the late Ming Dynasty. Step into the dark and tumultuous land of Shu and Wuchang Fallen Feathers. This Souls-like action RPG launches day one on Series X and S and immerses players in the dark late Ming Dynasty, a period rife with warring factions and a mysterious illness turning humans into monstrous creatures. You are Wuchang, a pirate warrior struck by amnesia and afflicted by ornithopy, a horrific disease but the source of immense power. As you explore the depths of Shu, you'll enhance your arsenal, master new skills harvested from fallen foes, and evolve your fighting style by sacrificing Red Mercury. Battle against grotesque abominations drawing on ancient lore to challenge the creeping darkness that threatens the humanity that remains. As you piece together Wuchang's lost memories, your choices will lead you to one of several endings, each determined by the choices made, secrets unearthed, and the allies you chose to trust. Will you reveal the truth of Wuchang's curse and bring peace to Shu, or will you succumb to the encroaching horrors? The fate of the land rests in your hands. Nothing is forever. Now for new updates for live games. Diablo IV Vessel of Hatred releases October 8th. Prepare yourself for the next chapter of Diablo IV from Blizzard Entertainment Vessel of Hatred, the game's first expansion emerging on October 8th. Unleash the power of the Spiritborn, a new class that harnesses the mystical spirits of the jungle for swift and devastating attacks. The hunt for Neyril begins anew as she strives to thwart Mephisto's sinister plot. Dive into the jungle region of Nahatu, where new dungeons, strongholds, and enemies await, along with new PvE co-op activity where you can team up to take down challenges for promising rewards. Plus, recruit new mercenaries to aid you in your quest, grow in power as they progress, and help you combat with their unique abilities. The Elder Scrolls Online invites you to discover Tamriel in a new trailer. Celebrating a decade of adventures within Tamriel's second era, The Elder Scrolls Online invites you to begin your epic story with a new trailer. Whether you're an Elder Scrolls veteran or a newcomer to the series, you can explore an ever-growing world, party up with your fellow adventurers, and discover why over 24 million players have now experienced the award-winning online RPG. June also features the launch of ESO's latest chapter, The Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road. Now available on PC and Mac and coming June 18th on Xbox One and Series X and S consoles. Unravel the mystery of the return of the Forgotten Prince, unlock the scribing system to create your own abilities, and delve into the region of Westweld, a part of Tamriel not seen since The Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion. Fallout 76 Skyline Valley release date announced. In Skyline Valley's major expansion of the world map, you'll cross the Savage Divide and travel to the southern reaches of Appalachia. This picturesque new region, Skyline Valley, introduces fresh locations to explore among the woodlands once known as Shenandoah National Park. Seek out Vault 63 and uncover its mysteries. Learn the truth about the Lost, the electric ghouls that inhabit the vault, and their enigmatic overseer Hugo Stultz. You'll chase storms in Skyline Valley's new public event, dangerous pastimes, and fight new region bosses, a monumental trifecta of robo-brains. Skyline Valley comes to Fallout 76 on June 12th. Sea of Thieves Season 13 update: being bad can sometimes feel good. Rare showed off their dark side with a fiery new Sea of Thieves trailer, heralding the return of Captain Flameheart and inviting players to become the boss fight. An all-new world event will pit pirates against Flameheart's mighty flagship in order to seize it, raining fire on their foes with the skeleton crew at their command and reaping the rewards of their dastardly deeds. This thrilling new encounter is part of Sea of Thieves Season 13, which arrives on July 25th as a free update for all players on Xbox, PC, and PS5. Starfield Shattered Space reveal trailer plus highlights from the June update. Deep in the dark reaches of space, the followers of the Great Serpent live shrouded in mystery. Begin an epic new story and explore House Va'ruun territory in Shattered Space, Starfield's first major expansion. Watch the reveal trailer now and experience the story of House Va'ruun when Shattered Space launches later this year. In addition to the first look at Shattered Space, highlights from Starfield's latest major update were shared immediately following the Xbox showcase. Official mod support with the launch of Creations, the first new Quest DLC with the introduction of Trackers Alliance, new bounty hunting features, and improvements to melee weapons are the highlights of Starfield's June update. The Darkness calls on August 25th with World of Warcraft: The War Within. Blizzard Entertainment's 10th World of Warcraft expansion and the opening chapter of the most ambitious story arc in the game's 20-year history, The War Within, is set to launch on August 26th. This upcoming expansion, the first of 3 in the World Soul Saga, will draw you deep into the mythology of World of Warcraft. weaving narrative threads from the past 2 decades together in a way that will captivate players both old and new. For a limited time, Blizzard is offering the Welcome to Azeroth bundle, which includes everything players need to begin their adventure in Azeroth. The bundle includes the current expansion, the critically acclaimed Dragonflight, a level 60 character boost, and 60 days of game time for $24.99. And lastly, hardware announcements. 3 new Xbox Series X and S console options revealed. 3 new Xbox Series X and S console options are joining our current lineup, and we're excited to give players more ways to join gaming with Xbox. It's the best way to enjoy the diverse experiences crafted by game creators. This holiday are a 1TB Series S in Robot White, an all-digital Series X, and a 2TB Series X Special Edition in Galaxy Black will be available in select markets. Stay tuned for updates in the coming months where we'll provide more information about market availability and regional estimated retail pricing. Alright, let's just say it off the rip. This was the best Xbox game showcase that they have likely ever had. We got some concrete information about games coming out this year, next year, and in the future. Some returning fan favorites that we were really hoping to see, and they showed up and they showed out. Perfect Dark, I think, was the game of the show for me. I actually couldn't believe how much of the gameplay we saw and how good it looked. It was really disappointing though to not get that 2025 year on it, so this game is more than likely targeting that 2026 release date slot. Now into something for 2025, and that was South of Midnight. I thought this game looked really fun, and I'm so glad we didn't just get another cinematic trailer. We actually saw how the gameplay would work. And speaking of that, Fable, we got a 2025 release date. That I felt was huge. I love the continued comedic tone, the British humor, and I can't wait to see more of the gameplay systems in a deep dive, which we should be able to expect maybe later this year, or at least definitely early next year at the Developer Direct. State of Decay 3, Returning from the Dead. It was great to see another in-depth trailer for that. That still seems to be way far off, and I would probably put that with Perfect Dark in 2026. Doom the Dark Ages, I still need to go through those games, so that one didn't do too much for me. I thought Avowed looked a lot better. It continues to look better every time we see it. Obviously, they opened up with Black Ops 6, and going through that direct, I feel like Xbox really struck gold with their timing of acquiring Activision Blizzard, because I really feel like this is the best Call of Duty has looked ahead of a release in a very long time. So the fact that this is coming to Game Pass, if this isn't moving numbers this fall, I don't know what is. Then we go into some surprises. Life is Strange Double Exposure. Unbelievable, was not expecting this, didn't even see a rumor or a leak about this. I love Life is Strange, we're getting Max Caulfield back, I cannot wait to jump into this. Another surprise, Annapurna Interactive showing up with Mixtape. Give me this game directly into my veins. I wasn't the biggest fan of The Artful Escape, but I love the tone of this, I love the music aspect, I can't wait to play this when it does come out. And then finally, Gears of War E-Day to close the show. Really thought we were getting Gears 6. We're returning to Margus and Dom. I'm actually incredibly excited for this. I'm pretty confused it's not Gears 6, but I love the return to form. Obviously, the music in the trailer, just everything seems right about this. I feel like the only thing the show was missing was the Gears collection. Where is that game? It seemed all but confirmed. I don't know, but I'm not taking it away. This was the best Xbox game showcase. Almost every game in here I wanted to play. And we got huge showouts from the partners too. EA with Dragon Age of the Veilguard, that first unveil with that new name. And then the first gameplay from Assassin's Creed Shadows. Xbox, you've done something right. I can't wait for the future. And now I can't wait till the Xbox Game Showcase 2025. As always, we end our show with a fun fact about Xbox, and this one is a listing that popped up on eBay over the past week for a limited edition console. Credit to Ryan Dinsdale at IGN. A limited edition original Xbox themed after Marvel's 2003 Hulk film has been donated to a UK charity shop despite being worth thousands. The British Heart Foundation is selling the console on eBay, where bids have so far risen to more than $2,300 despite the auction not ending until June 15, 2024. The BHF estimated it could bring upwards of $11,000 for charity, which funds medical research for heart and circulatory diseases and aims to raise public awareness of these issues. A collaboration between Xbox, the Hulk film, and Pepsi saw 50 of the consoles made to give away to winners of a competition. UK residents tasked with watching Hulk at the cinema who purchased the Pepsi and popcorn meal deal received the scratch card, which offered a chance of winning the bright green hardware. Go look up pictures of this thing. It's pretty funny how awful it looks in my opinion. with the Hulk eye on top, the Pepsi logo, and just this awfully lime green console. But I love these things. It would be cool to have in the collection, but I'm certainly not going to be bidding on that. Thank you all for listening to the Xbox in 10 podcast, your weekly source of Xbox gaming news covered in around 10 minutes. If you like the show, please do subscribe on your favorite podcast service, share with your friends, and leave a positive review as it does help grow the show. This past week, I have been playing 25/8, Destiny 2 to prepare for the big raid, which, as I mentioned earlier in the show, I will be doing right after this and the Xbox Showcase and the pickup I need to record for this show. I really do hope we learn about a bright future at Xbox and that it is a stellar show that gets us excited for the brand again, that they have killer announcements, and the one that would really get me going is a look at these rumored Resident Evil games, but I would hope at that for any showcase. My name is Brandon Rosa. You can follow me on Xbox at Brosa93. Hope you all have a great week, stay safe, and keep on gaming.